Everything is fine here on Detention Block AA23, a Star Wars podcast. I'm Mike, joined by Dustin, here to talk Star Wars, specifically here to talk Andor. Season 2 is finally here, and man, we've been so excited for it, and I'm glad it's finally here, and we get to talk about it now. Just to get the business elements out of the way really quick. So if you're listening to us right now, hit that subscribe button, like this video, comment, rate, review, all the above. We greatly appreciate it. Any little thing you can do helps us get our podcast, YouTube channel name out there amongst all the other Star Wars channels. And as a reminder, once we hit 200 subs, we will have a prize giveaway. Make sure your name is public so that when you subscribe, I can see who you are and enter your name into the drawing. And we'll have it at 200 subs, and then we'll do another one at 500 subs, and we'll continue to give shit away as you join our channel. So and our chat is up and running, so give us your opinions and insight, and we will bring you in a part of the show just as much as we are. So how you doing,
We're talking about a really cool prize.
Yeah,
Like it ain't some Funko Pop, okay?
good shit. We want to give away good shit. We've recently decided that. Is that going to be at our 500 one or at a 200 one? We won't say it yet, but we know what we're talking about.
It's a great question. We have to get to 200 first.
Yes.
But yeah, I have to say, when you put care and love and you understand the source material, you get what we watched tonight. However,
oh man.
However, when you have kids, you do not get to watch all of the things you want to watch. And Mudge and I found that out tonight because I have to get up like really early because my wife has to work. So someone's got to take the kids. I am more than halfway tempted to just stay up and watch the other two episodes because we only got to watch one. So spoiler alert for us. Like,
yeah. I'm at least watching the next episode for sure.
Yeah. Holy shit. So first and foremost, I think the hype train for Andor started like about a month ago.
Yeah, a month or two. Yeah, for sure.
Finally should kick up the marketing.
Yep. Like once that first trailer hit, then it started like really getting going.
And then now, like like last week, about I don't know, maybe 5 days ago, they lifted the review embargo. And it's just like glowing review after glowing review after glowing review. And dude, that first episode, I had like half a chub the entire time.
Well, and they showed the first episode at Star Wars Celebration. So they were able to get, pull reviews from that as well. And like everything I saw on Facebook or not Facebook, just social media in general, from people that were at Celebration that saw it, they were like glowing about it. And I mean, I feel the same way. And right away too, like the visuals just absolutely amazing. I have to feel like a lot of the budget went into the visuals. Everything is so smooth, like the camera work and everything. Like when you put the money in the right spots, it really pays off.
I mean, couldn't agree more, right? Like, again, we just have to be thankful that we are finally getting things, and we haven't said this in a while, feel like Star Wars, right? The last time we said it was Andor season 1, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, just blown away by the first episode. It's just really good. Everything stands out, right? And that's what I saw in the reviews. And I also, heard like the first half of the season is good, right? It's like the last like 5 episodes that are like on a different level, right? Because there's 9 episodes, right? Or 12?
No, there'll be 12. Yep. So it's 4 different days. They'll release 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And like we keep saying, it's almost 2.5 hours of content I mean, sure, credits and stuff and intros and everything, but I mean, it's what, 57 minutes or no, 53 minutes, 47 minutes, and like 52 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't feel shortchanged at all.
No, not at all, especially if we're getting three of them.
Yeah. And like again, it's something we haven't felt in a while, but like I can't wait to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't felt that in a really long time. So it's so exciting. I mean, how long has it been since I know things can skew negative, right? That's where people want to go on the internet. There's kind of a famous saying within like the news cycle, if it bleeds, it leads. That concept has played out in social media where the negativity is really what gets pushed up, as far as, if you make a video and you're bashing something, you're going to get more views than if you're praising something. So we should probably start talking shit on Andor if we want to start getting like really stir up the controversy pot. But I can't do it. I'm in good conscience. I cannot do that. So,
well, and I mean,
we've only seen the first episode, so
well, and I feel like we're more realists on our like channel because I mean, we're not, if we see something we don't like, we're going to speak to that. If we see something we like,
realism, I think, is not what sells as far
sure,
as you bring in subscriptions and viewers and things like that.
Sure. People want to be controversial, argue, and all that.
I mean, I think one of your idols, the Star Wars theory guy, is kind of that way, right? I mean, I think he puts out a lot of things that are pretty controversial.
Well, I think, I mean, just as anything, with popularity comes backlash, I mean, with Star Wars theory, I don't know too many people more passionate about Star Wars than him, and along with being knowledgeable. And
well, I'm looking at somebody right now that I feel is pretty damn knowledgeable.
I mean, I think our team is
the person over there.
Over there. Okay. The person in the mirror, right? That you're looking at.
I'm looking at the
man in the mirror. You butchered it. Come on.
I said Mudge in the mirror.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough.
Come on.
I got it. That's fair. I gotcha. But yeah, he's very knowledgeable, very passionate. And I mean, he was one of the first Star Wars channels, just boomed with subscribers. And, if he's going to speak his mind, if he doesn't like something or doesn't think something is in George Lucas's vision, then, we see what happens in the socials and everything. So, but and we won't spend too much time talking about Star Wars theory, but like from what I've watched him, talk about, I haven't seen him be like the things that people say he is. I feel like those people haven't paid the time or the attention, and they're more reading off headlines or things that people are pulling from episodes that are being skewed the wrong way. So, because you can turn anything any which direction.
I mean, now there are people on YouTube that all they do is find these like YouTube personalities and talk shit about them, and then that gets used for them. So, yeah, I think that's what's happening a lot as well.
And you also have the other
different either way, but
you also have like Disney paying people to give like positive reviews all the time. So it's like you get both directions a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, just going back to episode 1 of season 2, it was named 1 year later. Again, we've just seen that episode. We haven't seen 2 or 3, which we will eventually. There's so many things that just stand out to me. Like, it feels like we didn't miss a beat coming out of season 1, even though it's 1 year later. As I mentioned, the visuals, just everything is clean, everything is smooth. The acting is just, I mean, we talked all through season 1, like how acting is one of the biggest shining things about this show, and it's continuing into this so far. And like,
what about a lot of credit to the writers too, because I feel like sometimes if you have the right acting, but the script and the writing isn't good,
sure,
it doesn't really matter. Like, I think the writing is like literally the glue that keeps everything together.
Yeah. But how about like that continued camera action where you're just following Mon Mothma through like the entire estate, and it's like one take the whole way. Like that takes a lot of skill to be able to do all that.
She lives what is seemingly a very Hopper life, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we first saw her like in her residency in Coruscant, but clearly that's not her only residency because now we're
Well, I think this is her family's estate, right? Not
yes,
specifically
yes,
hers.
yeah, and I
It
mean, like
really comes from money.
this is her home world, like her hometown. She's in Coruscant because she's a
Senate.
senator,
Yeah.
and so she has her living quarters theirs, and she's spending so much time there. So, but oh my god, that mansion was freaking huge and super nice. Um, thought it was really interesting. What's his name? Skarsgård's character,
Luthen?
Luthen. Like he is on edge, man. Like someone that's gotten as far as he has and being on edge as much he is in this situation, that it shows you like the intensity of this moment. Like, and
I don't know if I got that feeling. Honestly, I felt like Mon Mothma's the one that's on edge.
well, yeah, for different reasons, for sure. But like Luthen
And he
is the
only
one that's
came
like asking his aid, like, have we
oh,
heard? We need to get word. And she's the one that's like, we can't, chill out. So she's the one stabilizing him because he seems like he's gonna pop, and if you lose control, then you cause issues. So it's just interesting to see him kind of lose a little bit. And Krennic, oh my god, I'm so glad we get him again. So captivating.
dude, I was enthralled with where he was going, talking about the spider planet and
Yeah,
Gord
Gormans.
Gormans. Yeah. So I was literally just like, where's he gonna go with this? Like, what does this have any? And they start playing that advertisement, which was kind of hilarious. Like that seemed kind of out of place, but in
It
like,
felt like Fallout.
yeah, but it felt like it's out of place in a way that it was jarring in the sense that it's like they have advertisements in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah,
Um, I at first couldn't figure out if I liked it or hated it. That Andor was a bumbling moron trying to get that fighter out. I'm like, you've been playing
yeah.
the for a long time and you didn't know how to drive the thing. You didn't learn how to drive the thing before you steal it.
He didn't even know there was a seat, and it just like eventually pops up. He's like,
Yeah,
"Oh
he gets in there. He's
shit!"
like, what the hell? Where am I going to sit? And he pulls the Independence Day where he like
Oh
drives
yeah, yeah.
backwards.
Some idiot.
Oops. What do you mean? Oops?
What do you mean? Oops.
Yeah.
Some idiot.
That would have been a cool homage. At first I was like, oh, this is like, why would the guy that's supposed to be taking on this like really important mission not know how to drive the ship? But then it's kind of, then you get it to the planet he's on now where the rebels are, or whatever you want to call them, the battalion,
Yeah, brigade.
brigade, are also bumbling idiots fighting amongst each other. Like they're yelling at each other in the forest. So
And what, they're supposed to be like food deprived. It's only been 2 days, and they seem like they're in all out survival mode.
you'd be hungry after 2 days.
Well, true. No, I got reserves. I'll be okay. Maybe day three. Um, yeah, the only thing that made me like question a little bit is like that facility just didn't seem all too secure. How easily he was able to get out, and they just send like 5 or 6 stormtroopers and 2 TIE fighters, and that was it.
Yeah.
He got it out a little too easy there, especially to your point, like how much he was bumbling and fumbling around. I mean, if that was on Scarif, he would be gone in a second. But maybe that's why they chose this location to steal this particular TIE fighter. But that was the only point.
It's
Like,
like bulletproof, dude.
yeah, it's got good shields.
What was it made with Beskar? Like,
Yeah, I mean, it was running into the cliffs. It was still fine. Meanwhile, the other TIE fighters run into a cliff and then exploded.
so like like when you have an episode like this, they cut to like one part of the plot and the other different scenes that follow like all these different plot lines. I did find myself kind of getting bored during the ones that were on the planet where Bix was on. you know?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like, okay, like whatever. I love the droid. He's like, I was waiting for you. He's like, I wasn't gone that long. He's like, no, I was waiting for casting. Like,
You dick.
man, this guy's got attitude. But yeah, so again, I mean, we only saw the first episode, so there's not a ton to really get into. Feel a little bit shortchanged. I'm not seeing 2 and 3, which is kind of why I want to maybe wrap this up so we can watch this 2 and 3. But the scenes that I was absolutely enthralled in were the scenes with Krennic in that facility.
Something about that like grin. So you remember when he's like talking with Deidre
Mm-hmm.
and he like without even knowing
He
her,
calls
he
out her
knows.
bullshit.
Yeah, calls out her bullshit without even really knowing her, just hearing of her. And he's like, "No, I want to hear what you really think." And she's like, "Oh, you need to get Gorman rebels acting the way they shouldn't or something like that." And then she walks away and he
She
just
had to
has
make
this
the
like,
wrong decision at the right time.
that's what a wrong decision. Yeah. And just the grin he had on his face when she walked away was just so menacing. And I mean, it was a little cheesy when the other like Imperials were like, what did they
Talking
say?
about the
Like,
Ministry of Enlightenment.
yeah, when they were talking about like, oh, create some like natural disaster, fake some natural disaster, or like, okay, that's a little extreme cheesy, but
Oh,
then,
I thought you were talking about the like Ministry of Enlightenment people that were talking about like how they basically getting them to hate the Empire with their propaganda.
oh no, just when they were at the table, or
Yeah.
actually they were grabbing the snacks or whatnot, and
And he
those
said,
two,
why don't they just, natural disaster or a plague or something?
yeah, and it's like, okay, like
I
that's
love the line that the one guy said.
what do you say? Which
He
one?
said, we've ran the simulations. It gets unstable really fast.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
find that really fascinating. Another thing I find really fascinating is just like how they pose this as part of Palpatine's like political agenda. Well, yeah, we're just trying to find an energy source, but like we know as the viewer that they're really talking about like how do we power this Death Star?
Well, and isn't it just like with the panel, some kind of sonar panels or whatever that this is going to be used for? So it's like it kind of takes me back to season one when they have these huge prisons,
Yeah,
multiple of them, and those prisons are just specifically making like the connector devices to the Death Star. So it's like these huge processes or huge I don't know
gives you
research.
even more of a sense of scale.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting at. So it's like they're going to commit like almost genocide or destroy this planet essentially just to have something for their like panels on the Death Star. It's like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, this isn't for panels. This is for he's trying to figure out a way to power the Death Star, which
Well,
again, I love that they're getting into that a little bit, right? Getting into like how the sausage was made because I mean sometimes that can get kind of boring, but with something as massive as the Death Star, it's really cool and it answers a lot of questions. Like how do you power a station that big, right? With
yeah,
that kind of firepower. I think that's what they're getting to. That's my guess based on what he said. I mean, he said it pretty plainly that they're looking a way to have energy. Right? There's nothing he
yeah.
talked about, like the kelkite crystals or whatever he was talking about.
Hmm.
I mean, that's not something we've heard before. I thought that was gonna be another source of
Kyber.
kyber.
That's what I thought they were getting at.
Exactly, and that's not where they went. They went in a completely different direction. So that's why I think we're going to learn more about something more on the periphery, although it's not because again, powering something like that is something that we need. Also, we need to know it as fans, but it's kind of cool to know how they accomplish that.
Well, we know the laser is powered by Kyber crystal.
Yeah, exactly. So that doesn't come till later, but yeah, really, really cool. And I just love like, Krennic's like, yeah, I was just talking to Emperor yesterday. We were hanging out.
Throws a Tarkin out there too.
Yeah, Tarkin and General or Colonel Yularen.
Yep.
So
But and yeah, they definitely were mentioning about power in the station, but that there was some reference to, I thought this material or whatever resource was for something specific. I could be wrong, but I thought they mentioned something. It was like some panels or something, but maybe I'm wrong. Uh,
well, I think he is saying that because again, he's not calling it the Death Star. He's not saying this
right.
is the Death
No,
Star project.
no, no.
He's saying that this is part of Emperor Palpatine's agenda to figure out a way to produce unlimited energy.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, he could be giving, or what do they call it, smoke and mirrors a
Smoke
little
and
bit.
mirrors. Yeah. Because obviously this was a meeting of discretion, and any any wavering will be dealt with harshly. So
I do find that Mon Mothma is terribly callous towards her daughter. You know, like she was kind of saying, "I'm sorry," kind of in a bitchy way. I'm terribly sorry.
well, I think she's calloused of both her daughter and husband.
Yeah.
Like, and do you think there's going to be like the guy that is now separated with his wife? Do you think Mon Mothma and this guy are gonna hook up now?
I don't know. I didn't think about it as a romance.
Because
So
she was married through the same ceremony of like arrangement, and I think she has more of a affinity for this other guy, but we'll see. And this cult of a world that, I don't know. We got a little taste of it in season 1 where they do other little dancing and stuff like that. But yeah, great stuff. Really looking forward to, well, first of all, these next 2 episodes that we can watch, at least hopefully one tonight, and then the rest of the season. And yeah, we'll just have 3 more days of it, have 3 more episodes, and we'll have a lot to talk about. And I feel like they're releasing it this way on purpose so they can't get like review bombed when they're done with it. But it's like bad timing because you're choosing a product that's going to be really good, that
yeah,
you could have spread out the love a lot longer. And I think they did it more in defense than anything. So
I'm impatient, so I prefer it this way
I
anyway.
I'm liking it because it's like I keep saying, it's like a full movie each week. So I'm good with that. Anything else you want to speak to with this episode, or
I want to sign off so we can go watch the other ones.
dang, hell yeah. That's what I'm gonna at least watch the next. Are you gonna try and watch both of them?
I had ideas of grandeur at the beginning of this podcast, but I feel like my battery is draining.
You can watch it while we're driving to your house tomorrow and everything, right?
Good.
All right. Well, we will wrap it up. You can find us on our social media handles at Twitter at DetBlock AA23 pod, on Instagram at detention underscore block underscore AA underscore 23, our Facebook group and YouTube channel, Detention Block AA23, a Star Wars podcast. And then you can find us on TikTok at DetBlock AA23. Again, if you're listening to us, hit that subscribe button, like, download, rate, review, all the above. We greatly appreciate it. And there will be that prize giveaway at 200, and then maybe 400 and 500. 500 is a big milestone, so I
I
definitely
would
want to
say
get some.
500. I would say 500 for sure, and that's when we'll give the big one away.
200 and 500 will give the big one away. It's over $100, let me tell you that. So it'll be well worth you just clicking that subscribe button. I tell you what. I mean,
I tell you what.
I tell you what. If you have a 1 in 500 chance of winning something like that for free, I would do it. So, all right. Well, have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. And the 2 of us, we're going to go watch some more Andor. So we look forward to talking to you guys next week, where we will talk more Andor once again. So till then, have a great day. And as always, may the force be with you.
Thank God, Andor. We love you so much.
Thanks for being back. We missed
Yes,
you.
being good.